Hello, Cancers. We are doing your love reading, and I'm excited because I love love readings. They're my favorites, and this is a big one. This is your 2019 love reading for singles and couples for all 12 months. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to lay out 12 cards representing each of the months. If more than one card jumps, then the subsequent cards will go to the next month and so forth. We're going to first start off with January. Cancer, we have the Tower card for January. So we'll take a look at that. Let's get February on the board. Spirit for Cancers 2019, single and coupled, in love. What's happening in February? Okay, Six of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. And then what about March for Cancers? What about March? I need some definite jumpers. Feeling all high energy. I just had a great conversation with my kids. Three of Cups kind of pumps me up. All right. We were just chatting about all sorts of things in life. It's nice to chat with our loved ones from time to time. All right. Let's do April. April for Cancer, single and coupled. Nice. We got another six of Cups. Let's look at May. Ooh, the Sun card. Nice. Digging that with my Scully. And let's do June. I like June for Cancers. The Star card. Ooh, lovely. And I always invite you to, look at your sun, look at your moon, look at your rising, look at, the different videos to kind of get a much more complete picture of what's to come in these areas of your life and for, your particular signs. Right now we're looking for July. Okay, and like I said, we're going to have that as the subsequent card, July, Knight of Swords. Then we have 10 of Pence. Okay, that was for August. I'm looking for September for our coupled or single Cancers in love. What's going on in love? September. Oh, thank you. Eight of Pence. We're looking for October 2019 in love for Cancers. What's happening? What's to be expected? Any advice? Three of Wands. And then what do we have for November 2019 in love? What's happening? Oh. All right. We've got Eight of Cups for November and Seven of Pentacles for December. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to ask through the Spirit, through the Oracle, tell us more about January and that Tower card, please, Spirit, for Cancers in love. Can you give us some advice or elaborate more on what that Tower is about? Thank you. Deception. Oh, I think I usually have it like this. Save space. All right. Tell us about the Six of Wands. Oh. Finances and career. What about the Three of Cups? Keep an open mind. Can you give us more insight about Cancers and that Six of Cups very soon? What about the Sun? What is the Sun pertaining to? What is the Sun pertaining to? For Cancers, coupled and single. Okay. Well, two cards jumped, and I don't normally... It says romantic feelings and letting go of control issues. So I'm going to scoot some Scully back some. And have these two here on top of there. Make sure you guys are still in the frame. Star card. What is that about for June? For Cancers, coupled and single. What is the star telling us? Retreat. Nice. Okay. What about July? Knight of Swords. Playfulness.
Hi.
Hi, Ella. What about the Ten of Pentacles? You deserve love. Can you give us more insight about the Eight of Pentacles for September? For Cancers in love. Engagement. Three of Wands. What is the Three of Wands for October pertaining to for Cancers in love for 2019 October? For October, Cancers. Calling in your soulmate. Can you give us more insight about this Eight of Cups for November 2019 for Cancers? Huh. True love. And then finally for December. What is going on for December for Cancers? New love. Interesting, interesting. And then we're going to just have a message from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Oh, beauty. This card has been haunting me. It's been constantly coming up. All right. Let's get started. So, January, we have the Tower card, and then we have Deception. Let's take a look at this here. So it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Is it you? Is it your partner? Is it someone you're dating? Is it, you know, a friend? You know, this is a love reading, so obviously we're talking about matters of the heart. If you're in a relationship, there's going to be a moment where deception is, you know, revealed. It comes to the fore. It can no longer be hidden, and you have a Tower moment where maybe the relationship breaks up. Things are not, or maybe it doesn't, it's not at the point of breaking up just yet. It's going to potentially break up or combust, if you will, or at the very least, things will never be the same again for some. For others, you know, in terms of deception, and we can take a look at the guidebook here for that, you know, for additional information. But sometimes it's when we have the Tower card, something happens, maybe not necessarily in our love life. Maybe it's outside of our love life. Maybe we lose our, our job, or maybe we had a recent breakup with someone, maybe from a couple of months before, and we start to feel inadequate. We start to believe the lie that we aren't worthy of love. And maybe something comes along and turns that on its head for you. Maybe the lie is no longer having a grasp on you, and things are not the same anymore. Maybe you have a breakthrough. The Tower card isn't always about necessarily bad news, although it's usually about shaking up something, it's something that feeling like outside of your control, is shaking it to your core, turning things sometimes upside down, maybe in your world around you, or in your understanding, or in, your beliefs. Things could completely turn around. So it's saying someone, though, is wearing a false self-mask in a relationship. So perhaps, like I said, something is revealed or needs to be revealed, and once it is, there's like a reckoning in the relationship. And I'm just gonna, not for every card, but maybe ones that I feel called to just look and see if there's any additional keywords that pop out. It says this card is a loving nudge for you to be aware of deception within a relationship. This could involve something mild, such as a run-of-the-mill politeness, where your partner is afraid of offending you by sharing true feelings. Perhaps you're the one wearing the mask because you aren't disclosing something to your partner. Deep down, you know what this card pertains to. It says, this card is also a reminder to you about the importance of being genuine with your partner. Although discussing your true feelings may be uncomfortable, it will improve your relationship on many levels. And maybe something, like I said, outside of the relationship happens that forces you to have a really honest heart-to-heart talk with your partner, and that does change things, and that changes things perhaps for the better. February, we have the Six of Wands, and then behind it, it says the finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And perhaps, maybe getting recognized at work, working hard perhaps. But as a result of working hard, you haven't really been able to devote as much time as you'd like to your love life, even though there's some potential partners, doting partners, if you will. For some of you, when I look at this card, this could be your finances and career are really important because you have family members depending on you. And so that finances cannot help but to sometimes impact the relationship, because it takes up a big chunk of our concern, of our brain power, and especially when we have to care for others, whether it's children or parents or other people or other relatives, we still have to deal with that. So, it's like trying to find that balance of being able to not be such a workaholic, but still be able to be present and be able to date, and still be able to be there for your partner if you're in a relationship, to be there for your family, to not let your finances and career rule you. That's in February. That's going to be a big thing because maybe something happens. You forget something, an important event, for example, and because you're working, because you're focused on your career, because you're focusing on stacking money. But in the end, what matters most is your time and connection with your loved ones. So you'll be mindful of it and remember that, but that will be something that comes about in February. Then we look to March. We have the Three of Cups. And we have keep an open mind. And when I first saw these two cards together, I was like, oh, for some of you, this is about keeping an open mind in terms of maybe having a threesome. Then that's a small minority of you keeping an open mind. Maybe your friends may be able to help you find love if you're single, and and maybe not being so closed-minded on some of the options that they have offered you. Maybe in the past you weren't so open to getting help from your friends, but now, in March, after maybe going through a kind of a little imbalanced February where you focus more on your career and finances than you did on what, like love and passions and things, that now you're a little bit more ripe for keeping an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and you may find your soulmate not in the most expected of places. You may find them when you're doing your hobbies, when you're hanging out with your friends. Your friends may know this particular partner. It's time to go out and have some fun, and very well that could be where your partner is, your soulmate connection. But keeping an open mind, don't put so many parameters on who your partner should be, or where they should come from, or how they should come about. Some of us have so many rules, like, no, I never want to be hooked up. No, I would never go on a blind date. No, this, that. And it's like, no, kind of, if you're dating, try to go have fun with it and just keep an open mind, like the card suggests. For those who are in a relationship, all jokes aside with the threesome thing, it is about keeping an open mind of how you can have fun and connect with your partner. Maybe it's going out and doing some group events, and that's kind of what brings you guys together. Perhaps it's just you deepening your friendship and keeping an open mind about what you guys each do with each other, you each do as you spend time together. And if your asking your partner how they want to connect, how they want to hang out, what they want to do, and keeping an open mind, even if it's something you not necessarily want to do, try it anyway. Let's go to April. April, we have the Six of Cups, and it says very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And, the Six of Cups in April, very soon you are going to be going into a beautiful time in your relationship. Some of you are about to enter a time of beautiful bliss and connection with the soulmate kind of connection. April is kind of getting you primed and ready. You're going to be having fun times with friends. You're going to be connecting on a soul level with people. You're going to be feeling like any moment you could attract the love that you want, and it just feels like it's just right there on the precipice. Especially for those who don't have someone just yet, there will be someone entering the picture, probably at the end of April, going into May, because we have the very soon card. And I love how this picture is. She's leaning in on her partner, and wouldn't we want that kind of loving connection? And yeah, this is a woman, receiving something, or maybe she's giving something to this little boy. But the cups are about emotional connection. In the Six of Cups, it's about, bonding, that connected feeling, and reminiscing together, feeling close, getting to know one another, all of that happening in April. And if you're in a relationship, it's just saying, you're in a sweet spot. And very soon, things will get even sweeter for you and your partner. So that's exciting. So in April, there's going to be an opportunity where you'll actually really see this as a demonstration even, where, your partner, if you're in a relationship, they've been, wanting to spend more time with you, give more to you, and you've been in receiving mode and receiving it and enjoying it and eating it up. And so very soon things get even more beautiful and more deeper as the months go by in the year. We have May, the Sun card, happiness, clarity of thoughts and minds, romantic feelings in bloom, things in bloom, things glowing, you're glowing, radiating happiness and and high energy. And this card says, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Sometimes you probably want to squeeze a little too tight to the potential partner. But Spirit is saying to let go of control issues. Really try to go with the flow. Let your partner kind of take the lead with this. Enjoy the romantic feelings that are happening in May, because they are actually going to be the foundation, these good feelings that are happening in this month for, the love affair that you're having with this particular person. And like I said, for some of those who are single, the person, potential mate, enters in late April, and then you're having these romantic feelings with them in May. But you're having to learn how to let go of control issues and to make sure you don't block out your rays of sunshine, or by stifling and trying to steer the relationship. Sometimes we want to steer it and have it go a certain way because it feels so good and you just want to hold on to it. But instead, Spirit is advising you to let go of control issues and more ride with the romantic feelings. And then June, we have the Star card. You're being inspired in love. You're feeling good and hopeful in love. For those you in relationships, you're retreating from the world. It says it's time to disconnect from the world, so you and your partner actually get away for a weekend. Some of you maybe after going on, or maybe you go on a little vacation, and you for those who didn't really meet their partner just yet in May, they meet them maybe while on retreat in June, or maybe even after they came back. They were inspired when they went away. You got happy, you feel fulfilled, you feel hopeful, you feel like things are being, wishes fulfilled, and wishes have been fulfilled. You come back from your retreat, and guess what? Now you're just in a higher vibrational energy, and you've attracted a partner. Maybe you went on vacation without your partner, Cancer, and then you come back and you are inspired, you are hopeful for the relationship. Maybe there were some difficulties in the past, the earlier part of the year, but you kept the faith, you stuck to it, and now you're getting results of wishes fulfilled in your relationships. We have July, Knight of Swords, action for movement with the Knights. And we have playfulness, maybe keeping that flirtation movement going. When I think of like Knights in terms of love, and I think of the Knight of Swords, normally we would think of the Wands as potentially flirtatious, or the Cups, the Knight of Cups. But I think also there's a certain level of a way that a Knight of Swords would flirt. They are more about, seducing your mind, good conversations, moving the relationship forward by just being witty, charming, playful, but at an intellectual level, and it's a turn on for some of you. And that could be your partner. You guys find yourselves in active playfulness, and that's awesome. Active playfulness throughout the month of July, where you just really enjoy one another's company. It says to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, using your imagination. The Swords is about the mind. It's about imagination, having fun, being playful. And the Knights are about actually doing that, making that happen. So if you're in a relationship, and you'll wonder maybe during the middle part of the month, like, wow, I'm feeling a little, like I want to play sexy games with my partner. I really want to get into their mind, and that's how I want to connect with them. And that happens. And then for those who are not in relationships, you're invited again to flirt in a playful way, to have fun, to be imaginative, to be youthful. And yeah, that could tend to be more Cups energy, but I really feel like that's more of a mind thing. Connecting on the mind level as well as the heart level. Certainly the heart and the loin levels are important, but the mind is too. And maybe I'm partial because I'm, my star sign is Aquarius. And so I tend to want to have a partner who I can connect with on a mental level. And so you're invited to whomever this new partner is to really keep up the playfulness, because that's what your partner is going to appreciate, whether you're in a relationship or not. We have August. We have 10 of Pentacles for August. And you deserve love. You are lovable. This person is definitely fulfilled financially. Maybe they've finally feel like they've settled in, maybe after a move at the beginning of the part of the year. Now they're feeling settled. They're feeling like they can give gifts, receive gifts. The Cancers, you're feeling like you're financially and resourcefully, you're on top of the world. Maybe some of you, though, you have it all in terms of the finances, but you're lacking a little bit in love. And this card is a reminder that you are lovable. You are lovable, and that love is on its way to you if it has not kicked into high gear yet. And maybe you're invited to now go on towards love now. Now that you've attained what you needed to attain in your life, now it's time to move forward. Some of you, this card it's just confirmation that you do deserve love. You are receiving love, and you're finally at a place where you just really feel safe and emotionally and financially secure. You feel secure, so it's really coloring your experience in other areas and making you ready for love for those who are not in a relationship just yet. It's priming you for love now in a way that when you do meet your partner, you guys are able to share a life, and you're able to really bring a lot to the table at this point. So knowing that you bring a lot to the table, Cancers, please don't forget that when you're dating people that yes, you deserve love. Yes, you got it going on, but don't settle, and don't feel like the first person who comes along, you just kind of have to deal with whatever they dish out. That's not what this is saying. It's saying, you're worthy of so much because you offer your next partner so much. If you're in a relationship, you offer your partner right now so much. You give them so much. So make sure that you are receiving what you need to receive from a relationship or a potential relationship. And if you're not going to receive it, then ask yourself if you want to really invest much more into it, right? I mean, and that's the reality of it. You deserve love, point blank. Many of us came to this earth plane to play in love, and if you're not getting it, then you need to look a little bit closer as to why not. But I get a sense that you will assess and realize I have it going on, and I do deserve love, and I'm getting my love. Now we move into September. We have 8 of Pentacles, and it has engagement behind it. Many of you have been working on a relationship, working, and now finally have reached a point where it is at an engagement level. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, which is awesome. But it didn't come without work. This relationship that's in question here did not come without work for you. And so you're not willing to throw it in the towel, even if there's a spat that happens in this month where you're kind of like, should we take it to the next level or not? I'm not so sure about this relationship. You do, because you guys both have invested a lot in it. For those who are dating someone, the engagement card would suggest that, again, the relationship is now going to go up to the next rung. And it may not be at the engagement level yet, but it's definitely, you're engaging more in the relationship. So is the partner. Those who are single, you are now realizing it's work to date, but you're willing to put in, you're engaging now, you're making the commitment in 2019 to work on your love life. So I applaud you for that, and I want to encourage you to do that. you know, and check out the monthly readings and the weekly readings from time to time too, because they will kind of, you know, sprinkle a little bit of monthly advice for you on how to navigate with, more specifically with the energies going on. So yeah, definitely there's either a heightened commitment for yourself to improve upon your love life, and you do the work throughout the month of September, and that's to be applauded. Also, this is just confirmation that many of you may be working hard and finally realizing, coming to a place where maybe you're like with your partner, you know, we've been working hard, building a life. Maybe it is time to go ahead and make it official. So I'm excited for those who are actually getting engaged. Yeah. And this makes sense with the pentacles, you know. Yeah, we like to see love cups, you know, like the cups representing love. But there's something about, like this is really telling me that marriage is the next step. Because the pentacles deals with contracts, deals with marriage, like the marriage part, not the love part of marriage, but the contractual part of marriage, the for better or for worse part, you know, the sickness and in health part. You guys, you and your partner have that if you're in a relationship, and you yourself, if you're not in a relationship, have it inside you to start taking those necessary steps to prime yourself for a relationship. In fact, in October, for those who are not in a relationship, we have 3 of Wands. You are seeking out, heading on out, taking steps, saying, you know what, I'm ready to get out there now and really start to date, really start to get out there. I'm calling. Guess what I'm doing, folks? I'm calling in my soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So with the 3 of Wands, you actually start to take some steps. Maybe you go to hang out with some friends. You go to the clubs. You guys go on a little vacation. You go on a workshop. You go do something. And as you set out, you know, the universe is like, oh, I'm going to meet so-and-so. I'm going to meet this Cancer more than halfway. And now I'm going to plot what they wanted, which is a partner in their midst. For those who are in a relationship, and with the calling in your soulmate, I'll read an excerpt from this one. Well, let me just read an excerpt because I'm pretty sure calling your soulmate, I think it talks mostly about those who are single versus, okay. Okay. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read this excerpt. It says, this card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. So again, you doing the work in the previous months, and now you're like, okay, I've done the work. Now I'm ready to set out and do the dating thing. For those who are in a relationship, it's always about actively calling in your soulmate, right? It's not just anybody who's in a relationship, raise your hand, of course. But if you're in a relationship, you know how challenging it can be to keep it going. Yes, and most times it feels easy because if you're with the right person, most days it won't feel so hard, but there will be times it will. And each time each day you got to still affirm your love. You still have to visualize. You still have to pray on it if you pray. You still have to fuel your relationships with good intentions, meaning your intent for it to thrive and be healthy. And then also, as you set those intentions, actions start to follow those intentions. So that's what these cards are saying too, like for October. it's like you realize that it's like an aha moment for you. Maybe this aha moment happens now and you forget, and maybe you come back and you watch this video in October to kind of reacquaint yourself and see how things kind of unfolded in your romantic life. And you look and you realize, okay, yeah, my partner, like with me, like my partner, I don't really know much about love language, but I know a little bit enough where, his love language, meaning I guess there's like 5 love languages, but there's like gifts, words of affirmation. There's all these different ones. I forgot what mine's are because I feel like I'm like a hodgepodge. Like, give me all of it. But he loves to be able to talk, and he wants the gift of being heard and listened to. And he loves to talk and be heard and listened to. And so I have to sometimes remember that and stop and engage a little bit more with my partner and visualize us being in a happy place. On my altar, I have little tokens of our love for one another. I'm constantly, celebrating it intimately within my own self and my own goals, but then also with my partner too. So this calling in your soulmate card is not just for those who are single. It is also, Ella? Oh, I thought I heard my daughter crying. Ella? What's wrong? Are you okay? Okay. Bishop, the dog, bumped her nose with his nose. Accidentally, she said. Sorry about that. So, yeah, this card is not just for those who are single. This card is also very much so for those who are in relationships where you constantly need to call in that beautiful, loving energy. Now, in November, we have 8 of Cups, and then we have True Love, which I thought was interesting, right? It says, this is the romance of a lifetime. True love, true love. Well, what about the 8 of Cups? Well, for some of you, it's like, I'm going to go through all these different scenarios for this combination here. First off, some of you are like, I'm moving to higher ground. I want to seek out my true love. This ain't it. Maybe you've been dating some folks and they just ain't it. And you're like, I'm gonna just walk away from this semi relationship I was in because it ain't working. And some of you may even be leaving a long-standing relationship, even a marriage, to go to your true love. Maybe after going on a trip or something, and you come back in November, you realize, you wake up one day and you're like, I need to be somewhere else. I need to go. Maybe this happens, and this could be maybe your partner who you were with and you just never had the heart to say goodbye, but maybe it's them that ends up walking away, but it instantly makes room for your true love to appear, where they're like, I've been waiting for that person, that woman, that man to get out of the way so I can appear. So that could be. Maybe you're just saying the true love is myself and I'm walking away from this relationship because I need to get back to loving myself. So there's many different scenarios for different cancers and different parts of where they are in their journey that this 8 of Cups could be speaking to. But I don't get a sense that it's all sad and doom and gloom because we have the true love behind it. This is the romance of a lifetime, it's saying. And so for some of you, you may walk away for a while, take a break from a relationship, but then you might come on back down that path and come back to your true love. But I don't get a sense that it's forever, this 8 of Cups, that it's permanent, that you leave forever. Some of you, it will be. Some of you, you're walking away from a situation and going towards your soul, your soulmate connection, your true love connection. While others, this is a temporary little path. And so, yeah, I don't necessarily see it as all bad here. Then finally in December, we have 7 of Pentacles and new love. Wow. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. and Seven of Pentacles. You know, like the Seven of Pentacles, it's an interesting card because it's like you are the low-hanging fruit here that she's plucking. She's plucking, you know, the low-hanging fruit that is perhaps a new love, someone to explore something with. She's, you know, you've come this far, and now you're like, oh, do I keep going? And yeah, you do, because on the other side is new love. And sometimes low-hanging fruit, people around you, are the best kinds of new love. They are the ones that you know, it's kind of like in plain sight. You didn't know that they were there, but they're there, and here they are, a new person. It says a new person. Now, for some of you, this new person could be someone it's an acquaintance or that you don't really know, or this could be new love with a person you do know, but it feels like a whole new kind of connection. The low-hanging fruit sometimes, for me when I see this card, sometimes when you are still kind of like stopping, assessing what you have, and then you look around and you're like, I'll date you. You can tend to settle, and not necessarily in a good way. But I think you're going to luck out for some Cancers. You're going to actually luck out, and the new love, the new old love, the person that I think you're going to know, but now you're looking at them in a new light. It's going to actually be a kind of like a match, a good match made in heaven. It's not going to be a relationship of just ease and convenience because they were in close proximity. It's going to be because this person is coming into your life and they're stirring your romantic feelings inside of you, and they are going to probably make your holiday season quite pleasant and fun and flirty and exciting. Those who are in a relationship, the Seven of Pentacles is, you know, a time of like, wow, look at what we've got. We've got this relationship. It was kind of challenging. We're still going. We still got more work to do here. But there's a moment in December where you just feel new and you feel like, wow, I feel reconnected to my partner. And things, I mean, I don't know, my partner just started like kind of turning around, and I'm starting to get all pretty and looking good, and my partner's looking good and looking great, and it's feeling new again. We're having a newness to our relationship, and we are in it for the long haul. And I think I'm going to read the New Love excerpt from the New Love Guidebook. Or not New Love Guidebook, but I'm just looking to see. Yeah, I'm just going to read the entire little thing here. It says, the romance angels have sent you this card like a Valentine greeting, signaling the introduction of someone new into your love life. Perhaps you've recently met this person and your interest was piqued. This card validates your connection was mutual and real. It is safe for you to explore it. Oh, like this person looks like she's exploring the fruit, the low-hanging fruit. And the romance angels will guide your actions accordingly. Of course, if you are in a committed relationship, you'll want to consult your angels and perhaps a counselor or other trusted person to get insight into your feelings. While running into the arms of a suitor may sound passionate, the reality of guilt over the affair will soon weigh heavily upon you. It's better to confront the issues within your present relationship that left your emotional doors open for someone else. This card also means that you'll soon meet a new person. In these cases, the romance angels are asking you to keep the faith that love is in your cards. You deserve love and you're lovable. And I feel like because that came up somewhere in the reading, that's amplified here. It says the angels guide you to be aware, as you never know when your partner will arrive. So, wow. And I really get a sense that, like, in December, like, the beauty, this is waning gibbous for the moon phase. But I get a sense that, like here with the new love for some who are in a established relationship, like, you're able to see the beauty of your partner as you guys grow older together. You're able to even get beautiful for your partner. Your partner gets beautiful for you. You're able to appreciate and be grateful for the beauty in your relationship. And even the challenges, is, you know, you're able to see that as a blessing. I'm going to just take a quick look at the guidebook to close out the reading for this reading here. Let's see. Okay. So, it says, beauty is like medicine. It can heal even the most broken spirit. Beauty is everywhere in nature. Just look. Beauty comes in many forms, and we can choose to find it. I love how I look. Rid yourself of clutter and what you find disagreeable. She just goes, this is actually a long message here about beauty. So I won't read all of this here. I think that this year, I think that Cancers are having a beautiful year for 2019. It's a year where they feel celebrated, a year where they are able to celebrate their loved ones, and a year where you're able to really receive the blessings that the universe has been ready to pour upon you in love. And so you're just in a beautiful receiving mode, and a beautiful, just a blossoming, like these beautiful flowers growing. So just be happy and grateful. You've got some beautiful things unfolding in your love life in 2019. So yeah, there's a couple of little challenges here and there, but it looks like it's going to be a fun ride to me. So have fun. Embrace the beauty of your life. Embrace the beauty of your loving relationship. Much love, my dearest. Many blessings. Thanks for watching.